I want to make it extremely easy for you to get clients. That's why in this video, we're gonna go through the 3 keys to formulate an irresistible offer so you can get clients. By the end, you have immense clarity on who you'd like to be working with, what offers you're putting in front of them, and how can we charge premium prices, but in a non-risk way, so you can really have an agency that provides the cash flow you want to live your dream life. So the old way of creating an offer is promising the generic result, right? 15 to 30 qualified calls, you'll get 20 short form videos a month, you'll get 20% increase in revenue. That's the old way of doing things. Now, that positions us as just like another agency. You're becoming a commodity in the marketplace. The new era to create agency offers, 3 pillars. Pillar number 1, we're selling outcomes, not methods, right? Stop selling the flight, start selling the vacation. Everyone, I don't care if the lady around the street, your neighbor, I don't care if they're a billionaire, they have a current state with present pains. That's their current world. What we want to sell is not the car that will take them to their dream place, but we want to sell that dream state. What's their ideal world after they buy our service? So this is the promise around the transformation, not how you're getting them there, but where we're going. Just imagine if you have a magic wand and every client does exactly what you tell them to do. Where do they end up? Do they have 100,000 new views? Do they have a calendar packed with sales calls? Do they have an empty calendar because you have streamlined their process? For my offer, right, the old era agency owner versus the new era agency owner. The old way of doing it is having 5 different services, going through feast or famine months. New month brings new problems. You're working 40, 50 hours a week, high churn retainers, running ads, high stress. The new era model, you have one offer, it's steady, predictable. You only work 20 to 30 hours a week. You're building an organic audience base, you're attracting clients, and you're scaling peacefully. Can you see the dichotomy between the 2 worlds? That's what you want to do with your offer. You want to create an old world where their calendar is empty, for example. And in the new world, the world that you're taking them, they have a consistent flow of booked appointments coming in. And also you have to think what all those booked calls is gonna do for them. You have to be able to communicate those things. Once you start selling the old world versus the new world, that contrast really gets their attention and gets them to buy in with you. Let's move into pillar number 2, niche scoring. So why should I niche down? Isn't it easier just to pick a service and go after everyone who has that need? 5 reasons why. Well, it's the mental clarity. Right? If I tell you, I want you to follow this girl, I really like this girl, I want you to follow her and tell me what she does for a day. Pretty straightforward stuff, right? Pretty easy. Now, if I tell you I want to follow 2 girls around because I like both of them, that day is gonna get adventurous, right? Your job instantly becomes tougher because we've added another variable in the equation. Well, going after your niche is exactly the same way. If you're trying to target everyone, you're targeting no one. So once you niche down and you go uncomfortably narrow, especially in the beginning, you gain immense mental clarity. Also, the deeper you go, you have a clear picture on their unique situation. The more time you spend within a specific niche, the more of the expertise that you build. And that's why we have greater impact. Quick story, when I used to do all of my work with coaches, right? I've been in the coaching niche for 3-4 years now. And especially after my first handful of clients, because I've seen hundreds of coaching offers, at that point, I was able to come in and give them suggestions in the first sales call. So they instantly saw me as a superior service provider because I was able to just come in and add value with my unique insights within that coaching niche. And that's how you're able to really stand out from everyone else. Your marketing gets sharper as well. It's much easier for you to say, I'm gonna target chiropractors that face a specific problem. They want to have more patients every single week for a specific procedure. If you use all of that terminology in your marketing, the message will be so much clearer versus you going after and promising every service provider out there that you're gonna get them booked calls, right? Imagine 2 different emails, to a chiropractor, one promising a steady flow of patients so they can scale their clinic, versus I'll get you 30 more appointments. Which one do you think they're going to open up and reply to? What I want you to note down, legendary Gary Halbert, this is a nice story. He taught a copywriting class once upon a time, and his students, he asked the question, right? If you and I owned a hamburger stand and we were in a contest to who is going to sell the most hamburgers, like what advantages would you like to have on your side? Some of the students sent meat, others raised their hand, they yelled, hey, we want better fluffy, crispy bread. Others said the best location, we're gonna take it outside of a football stadium, and it's gonna be, we're gonna have beers, we're gonna have the hamburgers, it's gonna be crazy. And Gary Halbert sits back at his chair, he's letting all the answers come in, and he's like, all you guys aren't wrong, but this is not the advantage I'm looking for. The advantage that I want, you can have the best meat, you can have the best location, you can have the best bread. What I want is a starving crowd. That's all I need. Because even if you have the worst burger in town, if you have a starving crowd heading towards you, they're gonna buy no matter what. So what's the ideal criteria to have a starving crowd? 5 things, and this is an exercise that I want you to go through. I'm gonna walk you through how it works, but we're gonna rate a niche that we're gonna pick based on 5 criteria. First, it's massive present pain. We have to always optimize for need to have versus nice to have. If it's a service that it's a nice to have, it's gonna be much harder for us to sell that service versus a need to have service. So always optimize for niches who not having that service, it's gonna literally be the difference between their success and their failure. That's a present pain that they need to solve. Purchasing power. Can they afford to pay for my services? For example, if you're helping people just starting out, as well as people who have more established businesses, these guys will need completely different solutions. They're gonna have completely different budgets with completely different pain points. And chances are the ones starting out are not gonna have the budget really to pay you. So I want you to be careful and tick that box of, can that niche pay me in the first place? Third, they must be easy to target. So this is about, okay, we're gonna create an irresistible offer, but how easy it is for me to put that offer in front of them. It has to be a growing market. That's number 4. Like if you go and you start targeting newspapers, yes, you might have an irresistible offer, yes, you might get paid, but that might not translate to in 1 year, 2 years, it's a shrinking market, right? So it's not gonna translate into long-term success for you. But if you start tapping into markets that you find online and they're ever growing and they're expanding, you can for sure expect that you're gonna have new clients, new fresh blood entering the marketplace that you can reach out to and turn them into your clients. And the last one is one that a lot of people ignore. The niche must be fun to work with. If you're not having fun with your agency, and if your daily communications with a client are always a drag, you're not gonna have a good time. You're gonna quit before you start. So pick people that when you're talking to, they give you energy. And, for example, lawyers. Lawyers can be a particularly tough niche to work with. Hey, no shades. If you can't make it work with lawyers and have the right tools, go at it. But just because of their day-to-day life, these people are getting hammered away, they're getting yelled at. So chances are they're gonna want to retaliate to the service providers they're working with. So I would just, be careful with the people that I'm gonna work with. Make sure you're working with people who give you energy, who are fun to work with. All of these pillars, I want you to go ahead and dive into the 7,000 micro niches that I have put together for you. This is a massive list. I want you to go through it and pick 3 choices and put them across the niche scoring metrics. So from 1 to 5, how massive the present pain is that these guys have. Can they pay you? Are they easy to target? Is it a growing market? And are they fun to work with? So once you go through the exercise, you're gonna rate it for 1. This is the worst case scenario. 5, this is the best case scenario. So rate every niche from 1 to 5 across these 5 lenses. And then I want you to add those numbers. The niche with the highest score across all of these ratings, will be the winning niche for you, and you can start testing messaging, you can start testing different things. Now, if you want to build a 30 to 50,000 a month newer agency in the next 6 months, you can work with me privately. All you need to do, book an agency partnership chat to see if I can help you one-on-one, coach you through on exactly how you can make that happen. Let's move into number 3, and this is where guarantees and free trials come in. The number one fear people have when it comes to working with you is, what if this doesn't work for me? Most of our competitors, when it comes to our agencies, assume zero risk and they put all the risk on their clients. By having a guarantee, you're positioned as much more trustworthy. You're making it much less risky for someone to work with you. Guarantees are about calculating risks. So while you might get refunds when it comes to if you have a money back guarantee, you'll be always net positive because you're gonna get so many more yeses. You have two main types of guarantees here. They are conditional guarantees. For example, pay me. If you don't get the results for any reason whatsoever, you're getting your money back. This is unconditional. You don't have any conditions, right? Pay me. If you don't like the service, I'll give you your money back. Conditional is when we start adding conditions to the guarantee. For example, I can say, hey, pay me 2,000. If you don't hit 10,000 in 30 days, I'll give you your money back. If you don't hit 10,000 added revenue in 30 days, we will keep working with you until you do. If you don't hit 10,000 in 30 days, we will stop working together. We will cancel the 3-year contract. Or only performance-based. You only pay for the results that I bring you. Now, you're gonna win more deals if you have a guarantee. For agencies and consultancies, even coaches, I love conditional guarantees. At least it gives us the opportunity to go out there and try to deliver the service. Now, we have to be a little bit careful with the stipulations and conditions. They must be reasonable. Your client shouldn't have to jump through 100 hoops to be eligible. You have to do, you will get a guarantee, but if you run $1 million in ads, you send 1 million emails, you join every coaching call, like if we make it completely unreasonable, the guarantee doesn't have weight to it. Now, my favorite way of doing guarantees is, let's say you charge a 2,000 retainer for running paid ads for your clients. If there are 0 guarantees and it's just a retainer, that's a risky deal. But if your guarantee was, you pay us 2,000 plus 10% of the revenue you generate, as long as we generate 50,000 extra revenue that month with our ads. This is way easier to say yes to, but it also positions you as a trusted partner because of the conditional revenue generating aspect, the rev share. So instead of just another bill they have to pay at the end of this month, essentially you're positioning yourself as a partner for their business. What about free trials? I'm not in love with free trials, right? Because there's 0 commitment from the client. Instead, I suggest doing performance only, where you say, hey, I'll start working with you. If I'm able to achieve these results, pay me only then, which it is a no risk or a low risk proposition for your client, because they always have to worry about their reputation when they're working with someone new starting out. But at the same time, at least you have an upside. At least if you deliver the result, you have the chance to get paid. Simply use this handshake agreement. You can find it here. Dive in. All you have to do is change the terms here, and meaning you will remove any retainers and you will only do agreements based on the revenue that you generate or the number of booked calls. That's how you structure performance agreements. So, to put everything in the box, what's the market-ready offer formula? The offer is a quantifiable end result, like we said, the new world, where are we taking them, but we need to be specific about it, towards a specific prospect and niche, which you'll do using the exercise. We have to have promised delivery, so we have to have a consistent way of delivering that promise in a specific time frame with the right positioning and unique mechanism. That this is the vehicle that you use. It has to be unique enough for them to say, okay, this is interesting. This guy is not just running Facebook ads, he's running his tri-hybrid funnel to get me clients. And this is something that we talk in another video of mine, how to position yourself as the one within your niche. You can find it on my channel. I'll link it down below. You have to inject also proof, which is essentially personal or client case studies showing that what you're claiming is true, and risk reversal based on the guarantees that we have. Examples of some of these offers that include all of those elements are: we help aspiring fitness coaches get 5 clients a month in 90 days with our hybrid funnel method, or we keep working with them for free. I help spa owners scale their business by generating 20 to 40 booked appointments on autopilot using my automatic traffic machine, or they don't pay. Or this is my offer: I help service providers add 10 to 30,000 a month in profit in 16 weeks with my new era model, and refund you in full if it doesn't work. If you want to check it out, and the video sales letter and the exact claims and the offer, you can thechrisregoodies.com, hop on board and check it out. That's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the content and you've watched more than 2 of 5 videos and you find them valuable, just out of courtesy, subscribe to the channel. Whenever you're ready, other ways I can help are just follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube channel to keep consuming my content. And always, if you want my one-on-one help so you can scale your agency in a more predictable way, book an agency partnership chat to see if I can help.